ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वाम् अनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् नमोस्तुते व्यास विशाल बुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमय प्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वंदे भीष्मद्वजयद्रथ जलारण्ये We are on the 6th day today, and we have seen so far 31 shlokas. If you may recall, yesterday we saw the idea of samadarshana, because the goal of all spiritual practice is to reach there. Whether you use bhakti whether you use dhyana or you go with the jnana vichara, all of the ye tamam prapadyante tamstateva bhajamyaham, that is there. But the ultimate goal is to develop that samadarshana. If we are not able to travel on that path, I don't think we have invested and we have got the benefit of what we do. So that is the only reason why we do this Atma Vichara. It's the only reason why we want to do dhyana. So that's why Krishna, after telling everything, finally he took us to that ultimate destination. As we are living here, we should be able to get that Samadarshana ability. That is ultimate goal, because that comes, Titiksha will come, that will bring a sense of aparigraha, nirashi, nirmama, all will come only when, yesterday I showed you the circle. That's why I showed you the Swami Ramatita's idea of a circle. The circle should become larger and larger, otherwise, ಈ ಜನ್ಮಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಬೆಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. We have to travel there. I'm not saying tomorrow morning we have to, suddenly develop atara illa. But I think we have to understand it is all about Samadarshana finally. Brahmati Pipilikanta Tanushu Prota Jagatsakshini Saivaham Nacha Drishya Vastu iti Drida Prajnapi Esyasti Chet. That is what he says in Manisha Panchakam. Chandalostu Satudujostu Guruhu iti Esha Manisha Mama. I think that is the ultimate goal of so many things that we do. Even when we do a social service, we do Samaja Seva, everywhere it should lead us here. This is the final highway. See, Linda, you airport hogbekandre, you can take any route until Hebbal flyover. And you need a lot of patience up to Hebbal flyover. Once you reach Hebbal flyover, that is the final destination, more or less. Next 25 kilometers, 25 minutes. Bangalore International Airport. Like that, we will walk through any path. Finally, the Samadarshana is the Hebbal flyover for us. That is why Krishna, after everything, he finally came to that ultimate point, because Krishna missed sight of that. In the name of doing all these, Veda Buddhi Jasti Ayitandre, Yenu Prajana illa. That Aikyatva, Brahma Bhava, that is what is very important. Adi Shankaracharya in his Adhyasa Bhashya, in Chatusutri, he says, Kshetra Kshetrayoho, Asmat Pratyaya Gocharayoho, Ishmat Pratyaya Gocharayoho, Vishaye Vishayinoho, Tamaprakashavat, Paraspara Viruddha Subhavayoho. That much clarity he has said. That Asmat Pratyaya and Ishmat Pratyaya Gochara means the whole world of you and the whole world of I. Not the you, YOU. The YOU is the Kshetra in Bhagavad Gita terms. The I is the Kshetrajna. So he says this Asmat Pratyaya and Ishmat Pratyaya is like Samaprakashavat, like darkness and light, which can never coexist. Darkness and light can never coexist. How can it coexist? As somebody was other day when I was listening, he said, sun said, I have not seen darkness. Then you say, sun, wait for another half an hour. If you wait for another half an hour, there is no darkness. The light will continue for another half an hour. So, Tamaprakashavat Viruddha Subhavayoga. That's why I think the ultimate goal is we should be able to go from that Yushmat Pratyaya to Asmat Pratyaya, Gochara. Our vision must turn there, and that will happen only when we have Samadarshana. So I think that is what it is. So one more shloka. With that, more or less, Sri Krishna's message on dhyana is done. Then Arjuna has some questions to ask and some answers. That's how the rest of the chapter is organized. We will see that. So yesterday 31 we saw, we'll start from 32. Atmaupayumyena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna sukham va yadi va dukkham sayogi paramo matah. So what will happen to the Atma that you develop Atma, the Samadarshana, what will happen? That's what it says. Atmaupayumyena ekam eva padam. Sarvatra samam pashyati. Yaha, hey Arjuna, one who is able to will come. Sukham va yedi va dukkham. Whether it is sukha or dukkha. Sayogi paramo matah. See this in Bhagavad Gita, I have lost count, but I think it is some 35 times, anywhere between 35 times and 40 times. This pair of opposites are coming. This here Sukham and Dukkha is there. The first occurrence of that is 14th shloka in chapter 2. Matra sparshast kaunteya sitoshna, Sita and Ushna, Sukha Dukkha agama paino anityaha tam titikshasva bharata. From there, in fact, there is one 38th shloka. Samadukke sukhe kripa, labha labho jaya jayo, tato yuddha yudyasa naivam papam avapsasi. Siddha siddhyoho samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. So about 30-40 times I have seen this reference. Why is this reference coming 30-40 times? Because if we do vyavahara in this world, which we have to, we cannot run away. We have to be part of the samaja. We have to do whatever needs to be done. If we moment we engage into vyavahara, the world of duality will stare at us. Success, failure. I like it, I don't like it. I like him, I don't like him. Positive, negative, up, down, inside, outside. You can write a dictionary of dualities. Hundreds positive, negative. So that is the example he is bringing. He is bringing the life is a roller coaster ride. Some days it will be good, some days they are not good. Because every day if it is good, if you travel like this, one day when you fall, you can't even, it should go like this. You should not be just going like this. That's not a good idea, even if you look at it. In our food, we need some masala, some kara, everything. You can only eat sweet all the time. That's also not possible. This is life. But it looks like we don't want to understand it in that many words. Moment something bad happens, we really say the whole world is scheming against me, including the God. He says everybody has worked against me. When success came, nobody came. It is because of me. I worked hard. As though he worked hard, nothing else worked around him. If nothing else worked around him, all his hard work will go to task. That we don't recognize. When it comes to success, I worked hard. When it comes to failure, all of you schemed. My next door neighbor, my brother, everybody is doing something. This is how our mind is trained like that. So to step out of it, these dualities are being brought here. So it says, Atma aupamyena, upama aupamyena. Taking the example of oneself. Like that, Krishna is saying, taking the example as though it happened to you. That's how you should see everywhere. That is the Samadarshana. He is talking about the Samadarshana. So, Atma aupamyena, upama aupamyena. Right? Atma aupamyena, sarvatra samam pashyati. Not only for me. We should develop that. The circle should become bigger, as I showed you yesterday. It should become a straight line. Infinite radius. A circle with infinite radius is called a line. That's how in mathematics they say. It is so, radius is so long, you don't know where is the curve going to turn. So, practical purpose, it becomes a line. So, sarvatra atma paumyena samam pashyati, Arjuna, sukham va ediva dukkam. It can be sukha, it can be dukkha. So, you partake others dukkha and others sukha also in the same way you partake your own. That's what he says. Saha yogi paramo mata. So what Sri Krishna is saying after all his lessons in Dhyana Yoga, he finally says, my ultimate conclusion, paramo mata, my ultimate view. Madhyeni, whatever you want to do, you do. If you ask me, have I passed or failed, I will ask you whether you have developed a Samadarshana Buddhi. If I developed a mental equanimity, Samadarshana Buddhi, yes, you are a yogi. He started the chapter by saying, Sarva Sankalpa Sannyasi Yogi Bhavati. Karma Pala Sannyasi, Karma Pala Tyagi, Karma Pala Sannyasi, adella helidru at the beginning of the chapter. Because if you do all that, then your mind will be ready for something. Otherwise, the mind is all the time distracted only with the karma pala. So the mind is always behind what is happening. I jokingly say in all corporate job, 60% of the time they are just managing report, not reality. Reality has nothing to do with the report. They keep on managing the report and make it look very rosy. So you need to spend a lot of mind on that. If you take that out from that, how much energy is left with you? That's why he started this chapter by saying Sarva Sankalpa Sannyasi Yoga Aruda, all those he says. Whereas at the end, he defines yogi in a different way. He says, develop samatva. Samadarshana Buddhi, you are a yogi. So he's not telling two different things. At that stage, that is the definition of yogi. The yogi also evolves. When the yogi evolves, when he comes here, the yogi takes a different form and attitude towards life. So he says, Saha yogi, yaha atma paumyena sarvatra samam pashyati, Saha yogi paramo mataha. That is my considered ultimate view. With this, the lessons on Dhyana Yoga comes to a formal end. He has told everything. Now our Arjuna is now time for QA. So Arjuna has asked a couple of questions, very important questions. So we will see those questions now. Arjuna uvacha yoyam yogastvaya proktaha samyena madhusudana Yetasyaham na pashyami chanchalatvat sthitim sthiram Yaha ayam yogaha tvaya proktaha samyena madhusudana Yetasya aham na pashyami chanchalatvat sthitim Stiram. That is the Padacheda. You just split it into words, individual words. That's what it happens. Ayam yogaha toya proktaha. You have spent the 32 shlokas in this chapter. From the beginning, you have samyena, with finally this oneness, the feeling of oneness, all that you have brought. Samyena, hey Madhusudana, hey Krishna. All these 32 shlokas you have told. Ayam yogaha, toya proktaha. It was told by you. Yetasya, that what you told. Aham stiram sthitim na pashyami. Why? Chanchalatvat. Because the mind is always wavering. The Stiram Stitim that you say, I am not able to see. Sorry. You have taken enough pain, effort, everything. All that you did. I am sorry. I am not seeing it. You tried so many things. You gave me so many examples, so many benefits. What is the ultimate goal? What are the simple steps? Is to like this so nicely, so easily you tried. Still, I am not seeing. He says, I am not seeing. Etasya aham na pashyami. Kasya aham na pashyami. Stiram, stitim stiram. That you say, no, your mind has to be parked at one state. Adalla, agalla. Chennagide. You heludella chennagide. Helakke chennagide ashte. It's all nice to hear. I don't see it. So, This is the point he's making, and he is not stopped with this. He made one more observation in the next shloka. So we'll see that shloka also, because together he has made a certain observation. After hearing all these, he finally makes an observation. Chanchalam himana Krishna pramati balavadrudam tasyaham nigraham manye vayoriva sudushkaram. Chanchalam hi manaha. Krishna is Sambodhana. Hey Krishna. Earlier also, Hey Madhusudana. It's a Sambodhana. Okay? Hey Krishna. Pramati Balavad Dridam. He characterizes three attributes of mind here. Pramati, right? Balavat, Dridam. These are the three attributes of mind which Arjuna is bringing forth. Tasya aham nigraham manye. I think you are telling, it is very nice to control, therefore why don't you control? All those are fine. I agree with you 100% that it should be controlled. But let me tell you, it is not possible. I don't have a disagreement with what you said. I also agree with you. I take your word with faith. Mana nigraham karaniyam aham angikarishyami shraddhaya tat amodanam api karishyami sarvam aham karishyami. I will agree with shraddha and bhakti, but I tell you that is not possible. I am very practical. Okay? Tasya aham manye. I think nigraham, trying to control it, vayuhu iva, vayoriva, vayuhu iva, padacheda. Vayu, visarga has become repa. So vayoriva. Vayuhu iva. Okay? Vayuhu iva sudushkaram. So again you see, dushkaram is difficult. Now he has put a upasarga and do it su. It is very well difficult. Really difficult. The su is the upasarga to make it look good, better. So difficulty is better, which means it's even more difficult. That is how the upasarga is coming. Sudushkaram. Vayoriva sudushkaram. It is like catching air in an open space. In a small container, in a vacuum, in an experiment, you can put a piston and a tube and suck all the air and immediately put a cork and close it. All that you can do. Not in an open place. It's like catching air in the. What you are saying is like that, Krishna. That's not possible. It's simply not possible. Is what he says. Now, the charm of Bhagavad Gita are these questions that Arjuna brings from time to time. It really brings some good questions for our benefit. This is, my people ask me, why is Ravana like this? Why did Ravana go to heaven after doing all this mischief? Why Kumbhakarna? Like that, people ask. My answer is very simple. We all come, 20 of us, and come and then do a play here. I am the villain. In personal life, I may not be a villain, but in this, somebody is a villain. I mean, that is only a play. In that play, what role has to be done, you do. But you don't judge me. If I am, in the play, I am a comedian. Don't think I am a fellow who is only after comedy. I may be actually a very serious person. Maybe seriously doing things and so on. So in the same way, all these avatar purushas, if you read Ramayana, okay, you read, Balakanda, the 13th sarga to 16th sarga, you just see how Vishnu, how he said, you go like this, you go like that, you all of them go like, Vanaras, all those are set up before Rama came, right? So this is like a play. In play, there are dialogues, you have to actually, play the dialogue. So Arjuna is playing the dialogue, not that Arjuna knows all. The intended idea is for us to reflect that such a thing, indeed, we may also think like that. We are all ordinary mortals. We may think like that. So adike undu uttara kodbeku, samadhana kodbeku. So these questions in Bhagavad Gita are all like that. And many of the situations are not, really war. It is a war that goes within us on a daily basis. That we have to map like that. Although it is Mahabharat war, there is a Mahabharat war inside every one of us. So this Dhyana Yoga is actually a ceasefire. For that Yuddha which is happening inside, this is a ceasefire. That is why this idea is all about that. Anyway, so Arjuna's question is, all that you are saying are all very nice. I agree with you. I take entire faith in you. They are all important, but not possible. See, we can agree that something is important, but if something is not possible, what do I do? That's a dilemma. See, many of us may have, sir, these ideas are very good, sir. I am not having second opinion on that. Agalla. Simply not possible. So we have that, especially when we are saying that it requires this much of effort and Shanai, Uparame, Bhutya, Dhritigrihi, all that we saw yesterday. So it requires huge investment. So the easiest thing is to say, no, this will not work. Right? So this is what Arjuna did on behalf of all of us. And let us see what Krishna's Uttara is for that. What is his reply to that? Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Asamshayam Mahabaho Mano Durnigraham Chalam Abhyasena tu Kaunteya Vairagyena cha Grihyate. In fact, I skipped this part, Pramati, Balad and Dridam, because I have spoken about it in the first session. I have given so many examples. How the mind has a way by which it will militate against anything which is being tried at it. Those are those strong, those are those three adjectives for the mind. So I'm not going to, because we already spoken about it in so many times. So I don't have to, that's why I skipped, did not, spend much time trying to explain the dridatva of the mind, or the balatva of the mind, how it is very strong. Because, if we want to do something, it will not allow you to do. It will always draw you elsewhere. All that we have spoken in fair amount of detail. So I'm only reminding that here. So Sri Krishna says, Asamshayam Mahabaho Mano Durnigraham Chalam Abhyasena tu Kaunteya Vairagyena cha Grihyate. So he says, Asamshayam, no doubt. Samshayam, Asamshayam. Doubtless. There is a great psychology in this one line. And we have to learn from this. If you actually disagree with me, the best way is to say I agree with you. You can qualify it later. Because if you straight away say I disagree with you, the other person switches off. There is no conversation, the mind is already shut. So it's a very psychological issue. So, Sri Krishna is a great psychologist. He is a dramatist and a great psychologist. So, Asamshayam Mahabaho Mano Durnigraham Chalam. I agree with you 100%, not even 99.9%. I agree with you 100%. That means the other person is not going to listen to you. Because I don't agree with you, you say, you have your view, I have my view. I will be courteous to you. I will have courtesy, but I will not listen to what you say. And this is a very important thing. I think we need to understand this ways of how do we able to communicate ideas with people. Because if I say I don't agree, finished. The whole thing switches off. After that, you can tell whatever you want to say. The other person has already switched off his mind. Therefore, what Krishna says, I agree with you 100%. Asamshayam Mahabaho Mano Durnigraham Chalam. I 100% agree with you, Arjuna. Then he comes to the point. Then he says, of course you can catch hold. It's not that, it's not impossible. It may be difficult. It's not impossible, but it is difficult. I agree with you. So when it is difficult, see, this is exactly, I already said this. A person, a 7-year-old boy, a 10-year-old boy, I want to actually, he has only prerana in his mind. I want to win the Olympic gold in swimming. It's very difficult, not impossible. It's very difficult, but it's uphill climbing. Not easy, extremely difficult. There is one lady, I don't know how many of you know, Arunima Sinha. This Arunima Sinha, she was thrown from a running team. She's an athlete. Just because she had some gold necklace near Raebareli, these fellows took her necklace and then threw her away from the train. Train was running at about 45-50 kilometer speed. She fell on the other rail. 40 trains run over her through the night. And she said, rats were eating my flesh and all that throughout the night. She was shouting, nobody was there to come. Next day morning, some villagers came. She was an athlete, national level athlete, I think. She was actually going to Delhi for some practice or something. Then the local papers wrote, she had a love affair, all kinds. Papers will write juicy things for us to read with a cup of coffee. Truthfully, so she was taken up. Then they first took to the local primary health center. She told the doctor, take my leg. I don't want it. I want to live. Just take this leg out. Then the doctor knew that she was an athlete. He gave his own blood and did whatever needs to be done. Why I'm saying all this story, this lady has scaled all the peaks in the world. Not only Everest. First she peaked Everest. About a year back, I read she peaked Kinchenjunga or something in African range. So she has a nice TED talk. 18 minutes. You should listen to the TED talk. This part is a little disturbing, but it's very inspiring after that. For her, it was very difficult to go to Mount Everest. For us, with proper limbs, healthy body, we cannot go to Mount Everest that easily. Person who has this kind of an ailment, amputated, all that, she climbed Mount Everest. How? Abhyasa and Vairagya. Arunima Sinha would not have climbed for any reason, only because of this shloka. So Krishna says, nothing is impossible. Things are difficult. There are many things in life which are extremely difficult. That's why I said a 7-year-old boy wants to actually win an Olympic swimming gold. It's very difficult. But that doesn't mean you have to say it is very difficult and go away. If you have a Shraddha and Bhakti, then you should understand you should use two tools with you. One is called Abhyasa and another is called Vairagya. In this context, she would have had only that. Abhyasa and Vairagya would have made Arunima Sinha go to the Mount Everest, to the top, which is not possible actually, even for ordinary people. But she says what happened in the last bit. Oxygen was over. Sherpas were all dying. There are so many dead bodies there. She said, I will not come. Even if I don't have oxygen, I'll put the national flag there. If I go there, that's okay. I'll have this satisfaction. I'll put the national flag. God helps such people anyway. God helps such people. She goes there and the Sherpa is saying, oxygen is running, madam, please come. He says, no, with national flag, now let's take a photo. My photo will reach, if not I reach. I want this photo to be taken. This is a very good talk. If you were to listen to that talk actually. Then finally she comes back around God's will. What I'm saying, such difficult tasks require two things, Abhyasa and Vairagya. So what is this Abhyasa and Vairagya? We will see a little bit of that. This is the most important thing. And this lesson will be useful not only Dhyana Yoga. I am telling you, everything we learn in ancient Indian wisdom is useful for your daily life. No literature is like that. That's why I'm able to teach it as an elective in IIM Bangalore, and my students don't see nonsense here. They may not be spiritual. Some of them are, but many of them see they come and tell me, sir, what wonderful ideas even for us to do our day-to-day chores. So in our work life, in our personal life, in our professional life, if we want to reach the unreachable, which appears unreachable at the beginning, we need only Abhyasa and Vairagya. That is the moral of the story here. That is the management lesson, that is the spiritual lesson, that is the social lesson, whatever lesson you want, that is what it is. Abhyasa and Vairagya. Powerful tools in our toolkit. With that, you can repair anything in the world about yourself. So what is this Abhyasa and Vairagya? To me, Abhyasa needs four important things. Otherwise, Abhyasa will not happen. The starting for Abhyasa is deep belief in the idea that you are going after. Here the context is Dhyana Yoga. That is the vitamin for you for Abhyasa. Deep belief in that idea. Unwavering belief. Not a moment you should feel no, this is all not true, this is not required. If you think even an iota, we will never reach the destination. That is the vitamin for Abhyasa. So step one is deep belief in the idea. This is for good. Sakshat, Avatara Purusha has said this. That belief is very, very important in life. In anything. I am telling in Dhyana Yoga context, but these are all general lessons. Not just for Dhyana Yoga alone. These are all general lessons. Steadfastness in approach. That will come. In fact, the first one leads to the second. This is the order in which I have written. Only when we have a deep belief, we will have a steadfastness in approach. Come what may, I will do. See, we all learn Sanskrit, at least many of us, when we were doing PhD. In IIT Madras, I was a PhD student. I came across people who were speaking Sanskrit. I was blown off. I had no idea of Sanskrit, but I think I like Sanskrit. So we all learned. One of my friend who is a very senior caste works accountant and a consultant. Okay. We will meet in his house. Lakshmipuram camp, entire Sanskrit world knows. From Germany, after so many years, it became so popular. Why? Because we will meet every Sunday 4 to 6. N.R. Kumar, his house, first floor. That floor will be open. Some days, the culture that we had was, we don't know who will come. Some days, the culture is, I alone go. I will speak Sanskrit to the wall for 2 hours and come. This is our practice. This is what we do. We do it. I am not joking. I am not telling for the heck of it. Sometimes just one person, we will just go there. We will at least read something we will do. We had some great Sanskrit people came out of that room. In fact, it's about 35 years. Just so N.R. Kumar spoke to me, he said, June 9th, when you come, we will have a reunion. We will again sit in the same room and we will do all that. Steadfastness in approach. That is an element of Abhyasa. We used to have, so slowly this Lakshmipuram house became so popular. From Germany, some visitor will come, he comes to Madras, even Sunday he will come there. We have received many visitors like that. Because they all know in this room 2 hours Sanskrit. And what do we do there? We talk politics, we crack jokes, we talk today's news. And one of my friends, he takes a beautiful Tamil divine work called Abhirami Andadi, and he will translate it in Sanskrit. He was doing only that job. Each one of us took different roles. I used to have a book called Sukti Sudhakar. I will take shloka every week, one shloka, and I will go. We all divided our work. In between, we'll crack jokes, we'll talk about Jayalalitha, we'll talk about cinema, everything in Sanskrit. We had that kind of unwavering approach. That's why we picked up a little Sanskrit. We started very late in our life. That's how we sort of did it. So what I'm saying, that steadfastness in approach will come only when there is a deep belief in idea. That is called Abhyasa, according to me. Then constancy in effort. So we'll start and then they will say, no, this week we'll do 2 days. From daily, it will become 4 days a week. After 3 months, it will become 2 days a week. After a year, it will become once in 2 months. Then we'll have an annual retreat. At that time, we'll think about dhyana. That doesn't work. And the constancy in effort comes only out of steadfastness in approach. That will fuel this. That is the third element of Abhyasa. And the fourth element of Abhyasa is regularity. You have to have a certain regularity. Maybe once in 2 days, maybe once in 2 days forever. Every Sunday, 4 to 6, Lakshmipuram camp. We will adjust all our schedules in such a way and we will go there finally. Those are some of the best times I had in my life at that stage when I was doing my, just one example I am giving. That is called abhyasa. And if we take that approach, not just for dhyana, I have to pick up a new skill in my office, I have to pick up a new idea in my life. You can use the same thing. Idea is same. Whether it is spiritual life or material life or social life, these abhyasa has certain rules of the game. You cannot change it. We have to do only that way. There is no other way. That is what is called abhyasa. So he says for dhyana, please bring this toolkit called abhyasa. Then comes vairagya. Elements to it. To me, the starting point of vairagya is we have to deeply contemplate. Actually, that 100 slokas we read, that is enough actually. Shankaracharya says, Vidyut chalam jiritam. That's what he says. Life will go just like a lightning. When it goes like a lightning. That's what he says in Shiva Pradakshama Stotra. That's what he says. Ayurnashyati pashitam pratidinam yatikshayam yavyanam pratyayanti gataha punarna divasaha kalo jagat bhakshakah. Biggest consumer of this world is time. Time consumes everybody, everything. Kalo jagat bhakshakah. Lakshmi stoya taranga banga chapala. The breaking of a wave is a very momentary. A wave will come and then break. Lakshmi is only that much. Toya taranga. Toya is water. Taranga is the wave. Banga is breaking. You go to the seashore, one wave will come and go. Another wave will come and go. He says the Lakshmi that we gather can go like that. Lakshmi is toya taranga banga chapala vidyuchalam jivitam. Finally, the life will go just like that, like one lightning. We should understand, deeply contemplate, because in the extra prashna of those 33 questions, there is one answer which Yudhishthira gives. Ahanyahani gachanti bhutani yamalayam. Every day, a lot of people go to Yamalaya, not Himalaya, Yamalaya. Okay, Yamasya alayah. Ahanyahani bhutani gachanti yamalayam seshaha. People like us. Stavaram ichanti. We think as though we are here forever. That much sense of entitlement. Nothing can shake us. Yesterday I told Buddha said, give me these two guarantee. Nobody will get old. Nobody would my ishtajanam yoga na bhavet. Guarantee me I will walk into the palace. He understood the reality of life. Bantu. So the starting point, see, spend time. You should set out time in your life, repeatedly contemplate on the reality of life. Nothing wrong, I am telling you. You will not become disinterested in life. Those are all half-baked. You will become much wiser in life. You will not become disinterested in life. People are disinterested. They are all dreamers, according to me. They are not doers. They are all thinkers and dreamers. I am talking about doers. They won't. They understand life much better. So deeply contemplate on the reality of life. That is step one for vairagya. And our entire scriptures, I'm going to show you so many shlokas today. Quickly, I'm going to go over it. Our scriptures are full of showing it. Whichever way you turn, you find examples. You should contemplate on them. So if you do it, you will develop a long-term vision of who am I. This is just, I say, death is only a comma. It's not a full stop. In one janma, death is only a comma. It's not a full stop. It goes. You don't know where it goes. In Bhagavad Gita Chapter 2, he says, Jatasya dhruvo mrityuhu. That's what it is. Right? And then those who goes will also come back. That's what it is. Ubayorpi drishtantah aniyo tattvadarshi is what he says. So we should develop a long-term vision of who am I, vairagya bharate. We will develop vairagya when you contemplate on this. Think about who am I in the long term. Not in the next 2 months, next 20 years, or not that. You ask, who am I? Time scale is infinite. Anadi Ananta. This is in between on the dot, on the speck. That's all. That will give us Vairagya. If you do these two, we will actively question the sense of entitlement. Mamakara. There is so much of, I mean, all of us have it. Please don't take me otherwise. You think about it, you will understand what I am saying. There is so much of entitlement in our life. I think my house, my dress, my suitcase, my items, my relatives, my son. In Ayodhya Kanda, in 105th Sarga, Bharata Rama Samvada is wonderful. The best is Ayodhya Kanda. It teaches the lessons of life to everyone, the reality of life. If you know, you have to read Ayodhya Kanda. Okay. In 19th Sarga, Rama comes back. Rama actually tells to Sita, I think father has forgotten something. Tomorrow morning, Patavshekala ide. I think he has forgotten. Sumantra has come. He has just forgotten something. The mood of Rama is portrayed by Valmiki there. You play with your friends, I will come. That's the shloka. Then when he returns, Sita asks, why is your face so pale? Why are you like this? So Adinda, starting from there, Ayodhya Kanda teaches life. Everybody must seriously read Ayodhya Kanda. One of the biggest Kandas, 119 Sargas. But in 105th Sarga, when Bharata and Rama is talking, Rama gives Kashta on Sloka ide. He says, two woods are there, logs of wood. There is a gushing water in a river. These two woods are coming. So what happens? At one point, both of them join. We have seen it, no? This will hit on it, that will hit on it, both will go together. This is the example Rama gives to Bharata. Bharata, after some time, this would go this way, this wood will go that way. For some distance, it will travel like this. There is no permanence. So this I and my entitlement and all, we don't know. We have to question it very objectively, not emotionally, objectively. We have to ask. Question sense of entitlement. And if you do all that, we will get the courage and conviction to experiment with this villain called mind. That's where it will start. If you develop a little bit of this clarity, we will take courage to go after the mind. He said, let us see. Aparigraha varate, nirashi varate, nirmama varate. All that Krishna says in the chapter 4, even in this chapter, he said, they will all become a reality. That's why he says Vairagya. So these are the only toolkits, not for Dhyana Yoga. These are the toolkits for anything you want to achieve, which you thought is impossible. I want to take my hands, but I think it is important. Use these two tools. It will help. Vairagya in day-to-day life means Phala Icha will come down. Karma Phala Tyaga will come only when we develop Vairagya in a working environment. To develop Vairagya, Phala Icha will go. Instead, you get a lot of courage and say, let anything happen here. I'll put my best foot forward. Let anything happen. I am not bothered. Because I know where I am coming and where I am going. This is only in between. That sense is called Vairagya. So quickly a few shlokas, because wherever you see, you will find plenty of ideas. This is not something from Viveka Chudamani. Tat Vairagyam Jugupsaya Darshana Shravanadibihi Dehadi Brahma Paryante Hi Anitye Bhogavastuni. He says Darshana Shravanadi, which means all Indriyarthas, Adi, he says, and Dehadi Brahma Paryantam, up to Brahman, from this Deha, right? And even Brahma is also Anitya. Chapter 8 of Bhagavad Gita, you read, you will find out. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam, Ahaha, all those are there. Even that Brahma has only limited time. His time will come one day and go. The number may become large, but it is still finite. That's why he says Anitya. Brahma Paryantam hi Anitya Bhogavastini. Developing that sense of, revulsion. or sort of indifference in all these matters is called vairagya. That's what in Viveka Chudamani he says. He says vairagyasya palam. So what is the pala of vairagya? Much later he says vairagyasya palam bodha bodhasya uparatihi palam swa ananda anubhavat shantihi yeshaha eva uparatehe palam. I've done a padacheda of that instead of reading the whole shloka with all sandhi, because if I do padacheda, most of you understand what it is. That's why I always do it like that. It says vairagyasya palam bodha. This vairagya will give you that knowledge. Okay. Bodhasya uparatihi. Uparamaha uparatihi. You know, atmanyeva santushtaha atmanyeva tishtati. All that will come out of that. Uparatihi. Swa ananda anubhavat shantihi yeshaha eva uparatehe palam. Out of that swa ananda that we have, right? Shanti, that real, that peace and feeling of contentment, that is the pala. So that's why he says vairagya is very important. Much later he says that in Viveka Chudamani. So if you look at Mahabharata in Ashwamedhika Parva, okay, it says Nirmamo Nirahankara. All these Sri Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita. That's why he brought it. Nirmamo Nirahankara Nirashihi Sarvata Samaha. Samadarshana. Sarvata Samaha. Okay. Akama Hataha. One who is not bitten by Kama. One who is not affected by Kama. Akama Hataha. Shrotriyasya Chakama Hatasya. In Taittiriya Upanishad it comes like that. Okay. Iti eva Satam Dharmaha Sanatanaha. These are the basic tenets of Dharma in all Sanatana. These are time immemorial tenets of Dharma, of good living. All these will come out of Vairagya. That is why I brought this shloka. Nirmama, Nirahankaraha, Nirashihi, Sarvatasamaha. Samadarshana, Krishna also talked about it. Okay? Akama hataha iti eva satam dharmaha sanatanaha is what in Mahabharata you find a reference. Vairagya Shataka, all the 100 shlokas I can bring. Just for a change this time, shloka. Look at here. Vyagriva tishtati iva praharanti deham. Ayuhu parisravati binna gadat Iva ambaha. Okay. Lokasya tatapi ahitam acharati iti chitram. That's what he says. Look, chitram means vichitram. It looks very strange. What it looks strange? Jara, this old age is sitting like a tigress waiting to eat you. He's saying the old age is just waiting to pounce on you and consume you. Like this tigress is waiting, man-eater of Kuman is waiting. If somebody goes, it just... So that's the example he gives. Okay? Rogaha, Shatrava iva. See, Shatrus will attack from every side and then make you completely gone. That's how the Vyadi. Vyadi, if it starts coming in, multi-organ failure, yellow. So that's why he says the Rogas are all like this. Enemies, all attacking at the same time. That's how it is. Ayuhu parisravati, ayur nashyati pashyatam pratidinam. Adityehi gatarah samkshiyatai jeevitam. Is another shloka in Vairagya Shataka. Vyaparehi bahukarya gurbihi kalopi najñayate. Janma, vyadi, jara, vipatti, maranam, atyanta, unmatta bhuto, something like that. I forget the last part of it. He says every day when the sun rises and then sun goes, right? It's gone. But our Guru taught us on Ayurveda. So the first mantra says every day when the sun rises, it is like one feather of the bird is cut already. Punar jayamana. That is the mantra actually. So everywhere this idea is there. Then he says, when all these are staring at you, lokasya tatapi, even after all that, these people, what are they do? Ahitam acharanti, na hitam acharanti. Ahitam acharanti. Vichitram. Iti vichitram. Because that vairagya chintana bandilla namke. We haven't thought about it deeply. We think about deeply, a lot of entertainment will go. We become much free in life. God gives something, we take, and God takes me, I will go. Saranagata Buddhi and Prasada Buddhi will come. Those two pillars which I have been talking from day one, that will happen. The two pillars of life will get erected with Vairagya. That's why all these are very, very important. Anyway, so I can keep on going. I will just leave it at that level. Then Krishna also says, Asamyatatmana yogaha dushprapa iti me matihi vashyatmana tu yatata shakyo vaptumupayatah. Asamtayatmana yogaha dushprapaha iti me matihi. You said it is difficult to control. And I will tell you, if without a control, the yoga is not going to happen. I will only, reiterating what you say. You said that, I am only reiterating it, actually. Okay. With an atmana, with a certain mind, which is not willing to, fall in line. Yoga hai dushprapaha iti me mati. I also feel that if you are not able to get your mind into a little bit of your range, all your efforts of yoga is actually with an uncontrolled self. It is not there. It's not samyatatma, it's asamyatatma. So it won't work. Whereas vashyatmana, and how do you do the atmana, vasha of the atmana? Yatata, by effort. That's why the abhyasa and vairagya are only the tool. Vashyatmana tu yatata shakyah avaptum upayatah. Right? Vashyatmana avaptum upayatah shakyah. By a proper methodology which has these two important toolkits called abhyasa and vairagya, you will be able to catch. There is a certain method to the madness. You have to do it in a particular way. If you do it in a particular way, it will happen. So that is also the most important message he gives are the two. He says at the outset it will look almost impossible. So you can choose to say it is not possible and then go back. You can do that. See, there is a nice story which I have heard in another pravachana that immediately comes to my mind. Two frogs fell into a big pot of curd. Big pot of curd, two frogs fell into it. So one frog said, where is this top here? We can't go. Because they were sinking. The curd is very soft, no? So they were sinking. So one frog said, no, nothing, these are all impossible. So leave it. That frog sank and died. The other frog said, no, I think if I put constant effort, I think it must be possible. So this frog was against all odds. It was trying and trying and trying. The curd churned and a nice butter came out of it, which is a solid base. Because it was constantly doing, no? Because it constantly was doing, it was like churning the curd. And the Navanita came out of it, which was floating nicely on the part of the curd. This fellow sat on it and then jumped up. Like that. It's just an example that abhyasa and vairagya is very important to cross this samsara sagara. So that is that other example which I suddenly came to my mind. I heard somewhere, suddenly it came to my mind. So that's what he is saying here. Now we thought the problem is solved. But then Arjuna said, no, I have another problem now. This is okay. He has not, he listened to him. After all, Sri Krishna is saying, now he brought a second question, which is equally an interesting question. Arjuna uvacha ayati shraddhayo peto yoga yoga chalita manasah aprapya yoga samsiddhim kham gatim Krishna gacchati. So from a completely an impossible situation, Arjuna started looking at a possible zone. So now his thoughts are all, what are all the challenges in the possible zone? So far he said it is samadhana kottidare. He has given some samadhana. So now his thought has now moved. He assumes it is possible. Now he has come to, he wants to ask him, challenge him with another question. So what he is saying, ayatihi shraddhaya upeta. With a lot of shraddha and belief in what you said, somebody makes an effort. He's now talking about that person. So he's like at the second frog now, not the first frog. He says, yes, maybe it is possible. I am willing to consider. I'm not going to pick up any argument with you. I will agree. After all, you have said, and I will agree. But Shraddhaya upetaha ayati, right? Yoga chalita manasaha. Okay. But after making all that effort, agala, yoga chalita manasaha. It's not achala. Yoga chalita. He tried and tried, but he was only wavering. He honestly tried, taking belief in what is being told. So yoga chalita manasaha. So what happens? Aprapya yoga samsiddhim. You will not get that state that you are talking. By then Yama would have called, by then time is over. You can't stay here even for half a second. Less or half a second more. There's a nice story. Again, I think it is there in some of the Puranas. I don't know where it is. There was one yajna going on. Okay. And there was one eagle sitting outside the yajna shala. And there was one, I think, squirrel or some small animal. Suddenly, Yama came there. He was to enter into the Yajnasala. Before going, he looked at that, very keenly looked at that squirrel, and then he went in. So the eagle was saying, first of all, what is the job for Yama here in the Yajnasala? Anyway, he would have been on one of the invitee list. But he looked at you so intensely, I think there is something wrong. I think there is something wrong. If you want, I will help you. What I will do, you get onto my back, I will put you in a far off place. So this eagle took this squirrel and then took to a far off place, left it inside a cave or something, and came back. Our Yamadharmaraja came out. He was looking for the squirrel. The squirrel was not to be found. His bird was very happy. He asked Yama, what are you looking for? Because now this person has solved the problem. He asked Yama, what are you looking for? The eagle was asking. No, there was one small squirrel here, no? Yes, but what is the issue? No, where is the squirrel? No. So the eagle asked, why do you want to know where is the squirrel? Then Yama says, no, the squirrel's last moment is in a cave far away from here. I am wondering how will it reach. So the eagle became Yamaduta now. Please understand, we think we can do this and that. That's not like that. 1 nanosecond you can't be here in excess. 1 nanosecond you can't be here less also. When the appointed comes, you have to go. I mean, these are truths. The story looks very humorous, jovial, and all that. Sukshma nodi. So that's what he is saying. Aprape yoga samsiddhim kangatim Krishna gacchati. You told, and then I made an effort. I believed that what you are saying will happen. But my time has come, ticket has come. What will happen? Kamgatim Krishna gacchati. What will happen to me? He did not stop that. He also said something which is so relevant. Today's youngsters will say the same thing. That kind of a statement Arjuna is making. We look at the next shloka. Kaschinno bhaya vibrashtaha chinnabhramiva nashyati apratishto mahabaho vimudho brahmanapati. He says, Kaschit, I'll do it's a single word, so let me do a padacheda first. Kaschit na ubaya vibrashtaha. Okay. Chinna abhramiva nashyati apratishtaha mahabaho vimudaha brahmanah pati. He says, Krishna, I will tell you the reality. You don't know. You will say this and go. I will tell you the reality. I could have enjoyed all this Meenakshi Mall, this mall, that mall, this serial, that movie. I was wasting my time here. Because one day I died, all that promise in this room did not happen. All this did not happen. Now at the 11th hour, I am thinking, why did I maybe at least I would have enjoyed it. At least I would have enjoyed this, no? So I am neither here nor there. He says, Ubaya Vibrashtaha. I lost the enjoyment part of it. I lost the Paramarthika, I lost the Vyavaharika also. I have become a worst Trishanku now. That's a very serious question. It's a very serious question. He says, Kaschin, is it not? Is what he says. Kaschin Nashiti. That's a question he asked actually. Ubaya Vibrishtaha. I could have at least enjoyed this year. You wasted my time. We tell all these in many of our Vyavahara also. That's why all these are very important questions. I would have at least done this. You have wasted my time. You said all these will happen. You will develop Samadarshana. You told all that. I believe. I had total faith. I tried. My time has come and I have gone. I would have at least enjoyed this life. This is also gone now. Right? Like Chinna Abhramiva. Abra is mega. Abra is cloud. What happens is always this Pajanya and Indra and Vayu, they have a contract, I think. Moment clouds come, Vayu will come. So sometimes these clouds are all broken and thrown all over the place. It's good for nothing. We thought rain will come. Chinna Abhramiva Nashyati. Just like a cloud which gets destroyed, the purpose is not served. It's all gone. So much effort, rain-bearing cloud, suddenly, strong wind comes and Chinna Abhramiva. The cloud is broken and no rain. Just one or two drizzle and it's all evaporated, gone. That critical mass is not there. That is the example he gives. I wasted my time. Right? Apratishta, because I am not Pratishta, I am Apratishta, I am not firmly established. My time has come, but I have not established. All that you promised did not happen. Right? Hey Mahabahu, that's Sambodhana and Krishna. Vimudaha Brahmanah Pati. On the matter of reaching that path of Brahman, I have become a Vimuda. I have become a useless fellow. As far as that objective is concerned, I am gone. I have lost. So chapter 6 ends with a beautiful reply for this question. There are 9 beautiful shlokas. These are extremely important in our life, I am telling you. That's why we should read Gita. They're extremely important in our life. There are very practical things that we experience in our life many number of times. It's not jhana. There are many things in which we think we should have done this. Why did I was doing prayer and then nothing happened? Then this mind says, you wasted 11 coconuts to Ganesha. When I was a student, I had this strange experience. When I was a student in my hostel days, I will do Trikala Sandhya Vandana. So my students initially will come and see like a museum piece. Because the hostel, even when an appointed time comes, I do my Trikala Sandhya Vandana. That is the training I was given and I have believed in it. I have been doing it. But the same students, moment semester results or semester exam schedule is announced, I find a lot of them will sport Vibhuti on their forehead. Suddenly, after semester exam is over, this is gone. Yeah, like that. Because they think, hey, this is a waste of time here. I could have at least done that. Temporarily, we will do minimum effort, we will put that. So this is a very serious question and it's a genuine question. We need an answer. So the question that begets an answer, begs an answer, why are we doing it? Why are we taking time, adjust so many things and come and do it? You also adjust, everybody adjusts. Not that we don't have work, everybody have work. I am a strong believer, everybody is busy. I can't say I am only busy, I am evaluating. I think in our own ways, every one of us, including the janitorial worker, everybody is busy and they have a work to be accomplished. We should develop that sense first. We cannot throw our weight and say I am very qualified, therefore, I am busy. So, that is not correct. So this question is, how do we answer this? Karma margat, yoga margat cha nashtaha. Ubhayatra prayatnaha nashtaha abhut. It's all went waste. Neither this fructified nor that fructified. This is a very genuine question for a true seeker. Don't take this question lightly. I think we should, somewhere the question may be there. And that may be the reason why the prayatna is not happening very well. If you clarify this question, prayatna will happen. If you get clarity on this, that's why this question is brought. Yetan me samshayam Krishna arhasya seshatah twadhanya samshayasyasya chetana hyupapadyate. Yetat me. In Sandhi, because of Makara, the Na will come, Ta will become Na. Rules are there, which we all know. Etat me samshayam Krishna chetum arhasi aseshatah. Without an iota of trace, you are the only person who can actually destroy this doubt in me. Chetum arhasi aseshatah. No sesha. There's nothing left out. Okay? Tvat anyaha. Other than you. Other than you. Tvat anyaha. Tvat anyaha. Asya samshayasya. Samshayasyasya. This doubt. Cheta nahi upapadyate. I will not get a better person to clarify this doubt other than you. So after asking the doubt, otherwise Krishna will get angry. See, if you get more and more, these are all psychology, I'm telling you. If you ask question again and again, people will say, so you have to now, pad up a little bit at the back. There are a lot of psychology also involved here. You are such a great person here. You only can answer because nobody else can answer my question. There is a psychology here. Otherwise, you say, wait, what is happening? Don't you understand what I am saying? So to avoid that, say, you are great. Only you can answer my question. There is a lot of psychology here. Anyway, that's on the lighter side. But the point is, I think he says, you only can answer my question. Please clarify this question. And I think this is a very important question for a true seeker. Every true seeker must know why I am making this effort, which appears thankless. On the face of it, it will appear thankless job. And with no end, no prayojana. I don't even know what will happen. Because today all the youngsters, we are all teaching all the other things, no. So therefore, this is very difficult. So Krishna replies to that through these 7 shlokas, which are all very nice shlokas actually. It will put such a thought in our mind when we close the chapter. That's how the shlokas are. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Partha Naivehana Mutra Vinashastasya Vidyate Nahi Kalyana Krit Kaschit Durgatim Tata Gacchati. Partha na eva iha na amutra. Iha amutra. Iha means here. Amutra is elsewhere, other than this. So Partha na eva iha na amutra vinashaha tasya vidyate. Tasya vinashaha na vidyate. So now you have to connect there. First of all, Krishna says, your effort will never go waste. You will not be destroyed. Take my word for it. This is called disclaimer. In today's terms, they give a disclaimer. We stand by what we say. Sri Krishna stands by what he says. It's a disclaimer. First he says, your effort will never go waste. That's what in the next sentence he says. Nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgatim tata gachati. In mathematics, this is called axiom. Axiom means that rule can never go wrong. That is called, we need axioms, like a law. This is an axiom for any spiritual seeker. I call it as an axiom. What he says, Nahi kalyana krit, if you did something good, kalyana, durgatim nagachati. Have deep faith in it, otherwise you cannot live this world, in this world. Whatever good you did will never go waste. Durgatim nagachati. And uses the word tata. Krishna has become emotional. See, when you become emotional in Sanskrit, not only in Sanskrit, even in our Vyavahara Bhashya, if you see, certain words are used when you are very emotional. Tata, Muda. That's why in Bhagavad Gita he uses Muda Jahi. He uses Muda two times or three times in Vachagovindam. Starts with Muda Mate. Shankaracharya became emotional. He was very emotional. That's why those words come. Here Krishna became emotional. He said Tata. Tata means father, Tata means son also. That's a commonly used word actually. So here it is, oh son, don't worry. Out of compassion, he is giving the disclaimer. That's a word used because of compassion. He has believed that this will happen. I should guarantee him first. That's why he uses the word Tata. Oh son, don't worry. Nothing will go wrong. Sir, if good things happen in this world and it will continue to happen, you and I may come and go. Any amount of corruptions and all that happen, I will tell you the amount of goodness will not come down for this reason. We all know, our Prakriti knows, in the innermost of our heart, we know Durgatim Naga Tata Gachati. That's why there are a lot of people who are doing good things in this country even today. There are plenty of them. I mean, there are corruption and all those officials. You know how many good officers are there, how many good clerks are there in government department? Plenty of them, I am telling you. But the paper will show you only these fellows. The RSS people started Panchamritam, I think. A magazine they started called Panchamritam. I have been receiving for the last 10 years. It's an e-magazine. The purpose of that is that will be sent once in Amavasya, once in Paurnami. 2 times a month. Panchamritam. Huh? Panchajanya is their official mouthpiece. This is an email, small little thing called Panchamritam. I tell you why it is called Panchamritam. They will only give five news there. Not more than that. And you know what they do? They don't manufacture the news. They scan through all the papers and find wonderful news where there is still a lot of good humanity. I love to read that. Nowadays I'm not getting. The last 10 years I have been getting Panchamritam. 5 news will come on Amasya and on Paurnami. How a school teacher in a village, how he has been helping for 40 years, that will be reported. They don't report. They scan such news and give you good news. Only there are plenty of people in this world because in the heart of our heart, this is that. All the good things that we have done will never go waste. Let me tell you, it will never go waste. This is the fundamental axiom of good living. This is the bedrock of Sanatana Dharma. This is the bedrock of Punarjanma, Vasanas and Karma. This is at the bedrock of that. We all, generally Indians are by and large very, very, dharmic inherently, although sometimes a little mischief and all we do. By and large, I find it's because we have a strong belief in Punarjanma. And the samskaras, the vasanas and karmas. And if you believe in it, you have to believe in it. Otherwise, why would I do good now? I can't even, I may think, if you take the Abrahamic religions, it's only one Janma. and one judgment day. Now, if you go to a village fair, our 10 rupees ke 3 ring kodtare. 3 chances. 10 rupees, 3 rings. You can throw and take that, comb or one soap or one mirror. For taking a mirror, you get 3 chances. For evolving in your life, you don't have more than 1 chance. I find this one Janma business completely illogical. There is no logic at all. The Abrahamic religions have just one Janma. They laugh at it. It's so illogical. Now, in a village fair, to try and perfect your art of catching that soap bar, I tried 3 times here. Why can't you give me 5 times? I will become a better person. I learn from what I did this time. I will improve better. Sanatana Dharma says you are on a continuous journey. If you believe in it, this is true. Whatever we did, good things will all be in our account. Good karma. One more sloka I will take and then we will continue tomorrow because I don't want to leave it just here. He says the possibilities of what will happen. Prapya punyakritam lokan ushitva sashvati samaha shuchinam shrimatam gehe yoga prashto bijayate. Sri Krishna paints 2 possibilities in 2 consecutive slokas. We'll see the first possibility. What will happen to you? Prapya punyakritam lokan. You did so many good things, they'll never go waste. You will go to a place where this will be rewarded. Prapya punyakritam lokan. For all the good acts, you will be actually taken care in a loka. Depends on the quantum of your all that things. Ushitva sashvati samaha. For time which looks almost permanent. So long you will have benefit from all the good karma you did. Once the karma gets exhausted, Shine Punye Mrityalokam, in chapter 9 it is there, 21st sloka. Then only Ananya Chintayanto Mam Yajana Paripasade sloka will come. Shine Punye Mrityalokam Shanti. You will have to come back. But where will you come back? There will be continuity to what you do. That's what Krishna is saying. Nothing will be abrupt. There will be continuity. Shuchinam Shrimatam Gehe. You will be born in a place for all the good things you did. You will be born in a good family because you will continue from there. Nothing is left out. If you've gone up to X plus delta X will start in the next Janma. Shuchinam Shrimatam Gehe. Yoga Prashtaha Bijayate. Your yoga effort, don't worry, not nano effort will be wasted. From there you will continue. I keep saying to my family members all the time, I quote these slokas. I say, we have not just come here as brothers and sisters by accident. We have all done something for which the God has said we all must come together here. I all the time say this to my brothers and sisters, that we have not come here by accident. We all have a very aligned karma, very aligned thought with a little bit of modifications. That's why God chose you all come here at this point in time, at this place today. So I say you have to value your family relationship. I keep talking about it quite often to my extended family, not just to my brothers and sisters. I say, don't take it lightly. Go and read the last 7 slokas of Bhagavad Gita. You will understand chapter 6. You will understand we are on a path which has a very complex methodology by which it's not a random walk. This is not a random walk. This is a preordained methods by which we have all come together. Krishna is going to say more of that. I think it is already, 8 o'clock, 8:01. I think we should stop here and conclude with a few more slokas tomorrow. And since this is Dhyana Yoga, I have requested Sujata to also do a bit of 15 minutes meditation using the concepts here, which she keeps in their satsanga, they keep doing. I thought we should also benefit a little bit from that. I think we'll accommodate that also tomorrow, and then we'll try to, with the grace of the Lord, we'll bring it to a conclusion tomorrow. Stop. Om Sahana Bhavatu नौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम शुभरात्रि
Please do come tomorrow. Do this tomorrow. All the people who are